Hey, 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 it is September 1st. We get to be here behind the design on September 1st. I don't know if that's happened on the first of the month. So here we are, super excited to go behind the design of September. Woo, woo, courage. This, I love designing. This was a joy to design. This was so thinking of having courage, thinking of the word courage. Um, we are we are having it. We're stepping out in it. So courage. This is after our beloved MC Terry Ann. She is all about courage, and she is all about being able to stand in courage, seeing the courage in things, and honoring courage. And so I've got to share. So the cover, this is inspired by her. So these are some of her favorite colors. And just to show, so she is this flower, and she's got lots of kids and lots of grandkids and lots of extra, like she's got lots and lots of people who love her in her life and family. And so this is to symbolize family. And then I wanted to pay tribute to her husband. And so this is in tribute to Terry's husband who has passed. And so that is, it's, you can see it's lifting off just a little bit. So Terry, that is, that's for you. So, so there we go. There is the cover. That is the reason that there's so much behind, because really we can know our strength from each other too. And so having her being there for her family, the matriarch of her family, and being able to grow in relationships now, it's been really cool to see. So for anyone watching on the replay, Terry and Foxy are mother and daughter, and we get to see their relationship. Like as a community, we get to see them grow together, and it's so fun. So Terry, this one's for you. So we start off, we've got our letter, and so it's just talking about, okay, so this Terry said to Foxy, and it meant a lot to me to hear it. She said, "Did you ever know that you're my hero?" And she quoted the Bette Midler song, "When Beneath My Wings." And so I wanted to be able to say that, do we think of ourselves as a hero? Do we think of ourselves as our own hero? So sitting with that, did you ever know that you're my hero? Have you thought of that for you? So I'm going to leave you with that on the letter to you. You can read through. Then we've got August. We've got reflections. This is really big to be able to say, like, this is how you can get our community culture in, right? Is that going through, were you present? Where was I present? Wins that I will celebrate, best connections made, grateful for, favorite moments made, vision I will build, where was I stronger together? Oops, that should be where did I build? Because stronger together was from a different month. Here we are, real and raw. No, where was I stronger together? Because that's the code. Yeah. Okay. Side note, had surgery a week ago and my brain is still a little bit foggy. So you get us real and raw. So yeah, where was I stronger together? That's correct, right, Beck?
Yes, it's built off of the culture code. Yeah. So
Yeah.
can I ask?
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of jump in here on a note.
Yes.
because it's us. And I think it's super important to point out, like, why the heck do we need to reflect on the
Yeah.
month before? Because for me, using these journals for the last 8 months, I look at it as a time capsule. Like,
Yeah.
have I been filling this whole journal out and racking it out? No. Like, I haven't been doing it every single thing right, but I've been doing what I can with what I have the
Yeah.
capacity for, but I've saw progress in showing up to um record and reflect on what has been happening. So Suze, do you have anything that you want to say about, like, why is a reflection page important in here? I would love to
Yes.
know that and share that with everyone that is watching.
Yeah. So the reflection page, so many times we stay away from rewarding ourselves or from thinking really great thoughts about ourselves. We can think them about other people, we can do it about other people, but to sit and be with what is good and what was good, because it's easy to think of the things that went wrong. It's easy to think of the things that were hard. But where was I present? It can encourage you to be present because then you get to write about it, right? So it's an I get to instead of I need to, but I get to write about where I was present, in the beginning of the school year, like where are you present with kids or with coworkers or with family, whoever it is, your puppies, where are you present? you know and being able to look back at it and to say, yeah, that was really good. you know I did, being able to celebrate, being able to connect and truly connect. And then what you can do is you can go back and you can see, okay, was I really present? So you can ask if you were being as involved as you wanted to be. Does that sit well?
Yes, I love that. And I just want to point out that like in what you said about even the school, right? I'm thinking it's September 1st. I just took my kids to back to school, and like, where was I present last month? Thinking about that for me is like, oh, I need to celebrate the fact that in reflection that I was present in this part of my business, but I was present in deciding what was best for my family moving forward
Mhm.
during the month of August. So, like, that
Yeah,
wasn't something initially I was going to like write down,
yeah,
because I'm very black and white thinking. But like, when you said something about school, I was like, I didn't just all of a sudden take them to school. What kind of
yeah,
decisions did I make last month that supported where I am today?
yeah, yeah,
So,
exactly. Exactly.
yeah,
So being able to take moments with yourself, that's what the reflections is about enjoying time with yourself
yeah,
and being able to say, okay, yeah, this is my life. This is what I'm doing. This is what I've decided. This is where I'm going. And being able to be proud of that and see that. So yeah.
love
Yay.
it. Thank you.
Awesome. So then the next page, we've got our 3 month at a glance. So we always have a 3 month at a glance. You can use this for whatever you would like. Um, excuse me, if it's connecting with people, if it's doctors, excuse me, if it's doctor's appointments, if it is whatever it is, if it's going outside, going for walks, if it's attending um, like conferences or something, whatever you need to, yes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was just gonna say, when you said going outside, that actually made me think of a way that you could use this is like even getting a sticker of to represent the thing instead of just like writing it.
Yeah.
Like, you could get a sun sticker and put a sun on here that shows like you got outside and you did
Yeah.
something, right? And then you can even like use the bottom to record,
Mhm.
anything from the action, whatever it is. But I was
Yeah.
just thinking about like something that that would be cool is for another level, if someone is like hands-on and visual, is, you know, getting a sticker to represent whatever you want to track. And
Yeah.
I personally love the 3 day, the 3 month at a glance. I was one of the people that was like, I need that, because I like to think about, like, kind of what I was just saying is like the decisions that we're making today are shaping tomorrow. You
Yeah.
know, we don't just wake up and we have what we want. We made decisions and choices to get to where we want. So the 3 month glance for me is really that just reminder each month that, like, be present today and know what you're doing today in the present is shaping the next month or three out, depending on what level of, you know, action you're taking.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And to be able to say, like, when I look at this, I see November and I think Mexico. We're in Mexico in November. And so that's 3 months away. Like, that's a reality of, and then the next month, like Christmas, and October is birthday month. And, so I look at this and then I can plan out different things so that I know that my life is shaped around it. So this is a way that you can be truly living on purpose, is that you see what's ahead and you go for it. You see what's ahead, you plan around it, and things can go smoothly as much as they possibly can. So the next page is a big page of September. So there aren't any dates on there. There's nothing filled in on purpose. So you can fill it in with whatever you would like. This journal is meant to be for you. It is meant to be used by you however you like to use it. This has important dates on there. My brother is getting married on the 18th. And so that's an important date that's going on here. Like, it's to be able to come back to and see important things in your life, or just to use it as a calendar. So use it, whatever depth you give it, the importance that you give it, use it how you'd like. So that's that. And then intentions. Yeah.
Can I just share something really quick that I
Yeah.
realized that I'm doing that might help someone that's watching too, is that, so I love that Susie has intentionally put that 3 month at a glance and then the full month next. Because I realize now that the way that I'm thinking about that with what we were just sharing about the 3 month glance, that is looking ahead at what are those staple important things that are happening, like a wedding, right? It didn't just spring up. We know that's coming a couple months out. We know a big vacation is coming a couple months out. So thinking about using the 3 month at a glance to write or to put in those really, important pieces, and then the important dates. Something that I was using for this big calendar is like, what are my standing important dates in the month of, like, what am I committed to every single month that's consistent? And then I just put it front of mind on this calendar, on the big calendar, because
Yeah.
that's really consistent. So that's just a way that I use it, is I really use the 3 month at a glance for the things that, are novelty kind of important
Yes.
dates. And
Yes.
then the important date big calendar, I use it for more of my consistent commitments, to just have them front of mind, to know and reinforce, and to make sure I am still, like, intentional about what I keep going with my energy in. So just
Yes.
wanted to say that.
That's awesome. I love that, because then, like, you can know that that's your day-to-day stuff, that you can check it off of there. And then the big things that you need to prep for, like buying a swimsuit or something, like there are steps that need to be taken before the big things. And so that aren't everyday stuff, everyday things. So, intentions, I will have courage in. What is an area, what is one thing that you feel you need to have courage in, or that you get to have courage in? This is something, like, courage is amazing. And so, what is something that you will have courage in? You're writing it down, you're making it plain, like you're putting pen to paper about it. And how can you have courage in your physical health, in quality relationships, professional goals, and money mindset? What courage can you have in that? This I'm excited for. I love this page. So, intentions, when we set out, um, when we say what it will be. So, the next page is it's with our goals. So goals and then doing something. So I pair something creative with something that may feel harder or that may so it's connecting both sides of the brains. So when you have the courage to start, you've got the courage to succeed. When you have the courage to start, you have the courage to succeed. So, this is about your goals. So, good, better, best goals, the equation for good, better, best that I use is good is your starting point. So, that is like what must be done. So, if you think about it like rent or mortgage or car payment or whatever groceries, food, those things, what's the money that needs to be made to cover all of that? Okay, so that's good is everything is covered. Better is double that, and then best is double better. Okay, so a lot of times in money mindset, when we have an equation, we can go to the equation, right? And so in that you can go to the equation even if you don't necessarily, if you see that it's 4 times what you started with and you're like, that can't, just trust the equation. That's the best goal. That's the stretch that okay, I'm gonna do, like, once the good is met and then once the better is met, then you go for the best. So, and doing that each month, excuse me, knowing that you can start over each month is such a huge thing, to be able to say, okay, I'm going good, better, best. I'm starting here. So today it's the first day. We're all at 0. We're all at the starting point.
Today's day one.
Yes.
Today's day one.
Day one. Here we go.
So something I wanted to really quick share, because I feel like if Terry Ann was on here, that she would say this. And
Yeah.
you just said the word stretch. And
Yeah.
something that I know to be true about Terry is that she trains on stretch, risk, or die.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just actually shift a mindset here to say good is a stretch, better is the risk because you're putting yourself out there further in whatever your goals are. And
Yeah.
actually your best is your die, which is like, I can't believe I'm going for it. And it's really big, and it's big,
Yeah.
bigger than you thought. So your best goals are actually your die zone of like, I'm going for it and I'm going to keep going until I get my best. So
Yeah.
stretch is good. Better is a risk that you take. And then
Yeah.
the die zone would be your best goals going after them. So
Yeah.
I was
That's
just writing that
awesome.
on the top of where it says good, better, best. I put
Yeah.
stretch, risk, die to
Yeah.
really put that in perspective for me, because sometimes when we write the good goals, I will say when I sometimes write my good goals, we're just kind of happy with that.
Yeah.
And I want to know that I'm still stretching to get to
Yeah.
my happy,
Yeah.
because it
Totally.
motivates me to actually get up and do the thing.
Yeah.
So just a
That's
little,
good.
little perspective shift for myself that I just had, that um, I think really goes in alignment with courage and
Yes.
thinking about our goals and having the courage in something that Terry trains on. So that was kind of fun.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the goals are not only like they're so far beyond just money goals too.
Yeah.
So in that, any goal that you have, whatever that looks like, if it's, I mean, use this how you'd like to use this. So any goal, any shift that you want to see in your life, use this, stretch, risk, die, good, better, best, however you want to use that. And then what are the things that you can celebrate? What are the things that you need to improve? And then what are the things that you can plan to get to these goals? Like, and so that can be filled out at any time. I mean, that could be filled out when the good is met, that you celebrate that. And then where can you improve? And then how can you plan to move forward with that? So that is that. And then we're coming to money. Woo, woo. Money, 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 money. So money. How fun is money? Right? Let's have fun with money. Let's be courageous with money. Let's invest in ourselves, and let's invest in the future, and let's see what we need, right? So having the courage to say, okay, I need this, I want this, so I'm going to invest in that. And then knowing that we are exactly who our world needs, every single one of us is exactly who our world needs. And if you shrink back, your world will go without. So receive money, knowing that you are exactly who your world needs. Receive money. So each of these, this is to see how colorful life is. So you get to put an amount to each petal. And then at the end of the month, you get to go and see how much you earned and how colorful the month was. So that you get to decide. And then for budgeting, this is really there's a quote at the bottom: having a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Huge. I've had that feeling where I'm like, oh, I had some money and now where did it go? So being able to say, okay, this is what I'm planning for. Like for me, an outfit for my brother's wedding, that's in the budget. And so how much is that? So then the item, the planned amount, and then the actual amount. A lot of things for me is clothes. So clothes for Mexico, like that's in the budget, And so what is in there? Date night with Brian, putting that on there. Taking Knox to the zoo and planning to eat there or to bring food along. The different things that our energy flows out. Why not know where it's going to go beforehand, and then we can live in the bonus of extra, or we can say, okay, that like we need more. But knowing where our money is at, knowing our numbers, is a big thing for growth. When we're able to know our numbers, then growth is able to happen. So how do you feel about that, Beck?
I think these are the pages that I am practicing. And I'm practicing going back to them.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to fill it out, and it's another thing to actually use it to like remember why you're doing the intentional things, and to remember the steps that need to happen, which a lot of times those do involve money, and that tends to be the thing that I'm just like, it'll be there. And because of who I am, like this is definitely one, this area is the place that I am choosing to put my focus to more,
Yeah.
because in the past it has been a weakness, and I want to make it a strength, that
Yeah.
I'm just shifting my perspective on it. So the thing I'm practicing is going back to this page, because for me it tends to be easy to just like keep that page together and move past it. So
Yeah.
every month, like I do put something on there, but really wanting to practice going to back to it and actually, um, you know, taking
Yeah.
stock, seeing the actual, right? I'm writing down items right now, and I could say what I plan, but then what, like going back to the actual and getting the
Yes.
results is what I'm practicing.
Yeah.
Having the courage to actually look.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, that's such a huge thing, is to be able to say, okay, I'm taking the courage, I'm having the courage, mustering up the courage to look at it and to see it for what it is. Yeah. That's awesome. And then we've got our mood tracker. So our mood tracker is an example, is feeling courageous, being courageous. And then you get to decide what other moods you want to track. And so this is to really show that that we're all connected. So the moods that we're in, the habits that we do, the money that we make or don't make, the times that we show up or don't show up, all of the different things in our life are connected. And so when we can see, hey, when I do this, I feel better. So then I act better, I do better. Having all of those things, that when we see how they're connected, then it's like knowing the why behind something before you design it, knowing that why, the importance of that. When we know that importance, then we're able to be stronger and more courageous.
Okay, I'm gonna share a real quick idea of like how I actually, so when we're talking about the mood tracker, what I know to be true about me and the development of utilizing this over months, right? Like
Yeah.
showing up, getting improvements. Some months I use the mood tracker, some months I haven't.
Yeah.
And I realized some things about myself, which is why this is an amazing tool for success, because it's really to remember what you need to focus on and what you want to focus on.
Yeah.
And the mood tracker for me, I just went back to the goal setting page, and I'm going to be, I put in there to um, improve identifying. So that's where I get caught up with the mood tracker, is
Yeah.
like clearly being able to identify, how am I feeling? Because I take action so often
Yeah.
that mood is not something I really tend to think about. So
Yeah.
this is a tool that I have used, but I'm inconsistent with it.
Yeah.
And so I put that on my goals sheet of where I want to
Cool.
improve, is that I want to be able to be more aware of how I'm feeling about the actions, or the how I'm being, like, am I being restless when I'm trying to get things done? Am I restless, or like what that looks like? So
Yeah.
just for anyone that's like, I don't have business stuff to think about. Well, think about like your emotions and the moods that are going in this. That's a big one for me, that I personally want to improve identifying, so that I
Yeah.
can see how colorful my life is,
Yeah.
and know that those correlate with like the results that I'm getting on the actions that I'm taking.
Awesome. Awesome. That's awesome. I love how intricate it is that we can put the different things in there, and that in each of our minds, like it shows up differently, and we can learn from each other and grow from each other in how to use this. That's awesome. I love it. Oh, habit tracker. Why is this habit important to you? That's a huge thing. Because we can mindlessly say, okay, I need to fix this habit, or I need to do this habit. But why? Why is it important? And so to be able to say, this habit is important to me because, is it for today? Is it for the future? Is it for yourself, for your spouse, for your kids, for your animals, for your neighborhood? Why is it important? And then fueling your body. This is for fueling your body, with food, with goodness, with whatever you fuel your body with. So this is meant for, so it's designed for like a grocery list, or being able to put food in a spot so that you can know, oh, this is what I need to pick up, this is what I have, so it's left blank on purpose so that you can fill it out how you need to. If fueling your body is learning, put notes here, right? If fueling your body is, whatever that looks like to you, to fuel your body. There's that. And then, where was I courageous today? So we get to fill in day one today. Where was I courageous today? So at the end of the day, when you're sitting with your journal, where was I courageous today? This, I think, is going to be a life changer. This page, this month, I think, is going to be a life changer. To be able to say, to be able to write down, I was courageous in, or I had courage here. So to be able to push ourselves to stretch for that good goal, to stretch, letting this be a tracker of where I was courageous. How can your life change in 30 days of courage? What can your life look like with 30 days of courage? I'm excited. So that one is there. And then we've got our weekly spread. And so the weekly spread, it's week 35 of the year. And so that's got the it's got four boxes. And that is for your 3 must-dos and your 1 bonus. And then it's got notes and journaling. And then the VIP, that is for victories in the day, improvements that you can make for tomorrow, and a plan to improve. Victories, improvements, and plans. To be able to say what was good. Start and end your day with what was good. Look for the improvements, because when we look for improvements, we improve, right? When we sit, so it's a way that you can say, okay, this isn't right yet, so I'm going to work on it, rather than saying, oh, that's wrong, right? Because when you say, oh, that's wrong, or that didn't go well, or fill in the blank, like, then you're putting a period there and saying that it's bad. Like, you're giving it the connotation that it's bad, instead of saying, hey, I can improve on this, we can improve on this, and then make a plan. So instead of it just needing improvement and then it doesn't go anywhere, make a plan for it, and then follow through with your plan. So then we've got our Level Up Connection Hour. So that is where, as a community, we get together and we connect with each other on a personal level. So it's once a month. It is an amazing time to be able to get to know each other and to really feel like family. It's where you can belong. And so we invite, this is for members only, and it is not recorded. And so we invite you to come and to get to know each other, and so this says, in here, it says, what inspires me to want to connect more. So that's where we would love for you to connect on a deeper level with each other, build friendships, build business relationships, whatever that looks like. We would love for that to be the case. So then we've got our weekly spread again for week 36, and then networking hour. This, our networking hour, I am obsessed with networking. I love networking. I love learning why people do what they do and how it makes sense in their lives and who I can refer to them, and just being able to show up in who I am and to be able to draw out confidence, strength, and determination to be who you're meant to be. So networking is one of my faves. Okay, so coloring pages. These used to be the hardest thing that I would create, and they are starting to be the funnest thing that I get to create. So this says we are given experiences we need to become the best version of ourselves. We are given experiences we need to become the best version of ourselves. And giving a little bit, so I hand drew this digitally, the fences on here on the first page, because sometimes when we need courage, we can feel alone. When there are times where we need courage and we need to do a courageous thing, it can feel lonely. And so that is what the first page represents, is that it can feel lonely, but we're given the experiences that we need to become the best version of ourselves. And so the bottom page is abundance, and the bottom page is just overflow, that we don't necessarily know in the lonely times. We don't know how good it can be and how good it will be. And so we've got to keep on being courageous. We get to keep being courageous. So this was this took quite a while to design, to make sure that it was what I wanted it to be. And there was courage in that too, because I'm like leaving a page almost blank, but knowing that the path that you're on to get you to where you need to go is the right path. So have courage to keep going. So that's that page. And then we've got our weekly spread again for the 37th week, and then strategy hour. Strategy hour is a guided mastermind. It is so fun to be able to go beyond the focus. So the focus is courage. So Beck and I will be leading the strategy hour, and to draw out of you what you need for this month in having courage. And so that is the third Tuesday of each month at 2 p.m. Central Standard. Get it on your calendar. We would love to see you there. So the next one, this is so fun. Terry Ann said this. She said, creativity takes courage. And so the next coloring page, it says creativity takes courage. And so the swishes on there are paint marks. So they're intended to be paint marks. So you could fill those with color, you could fill those with design, you could fill those with words, you could fill those like, what are the things that you get to be creative in? And how do you want that to show up? So I'm excited about that. Then we have our culture code. So this gives you note pages that you can take notes, fill it up, fill it in, everything that you need. You've got it there. And then we've got week 38. And then this is another weekly with the VIP. Then we have the growth hour. And so that is with Terry Ann, where it is a workshop. So that is the fourth Tuesday of the month at 2 p.m. Central Standard. So that will be amazing with her. I can't wait to learn from her. And then we've got week 39. And then this is so fun. This is the last coloring page. It says, "Courage is grace under pressure." And if you look at the gem at the bottom, if you remember, this is Coach K's gem. So just knowing how we can work together and just to have grace under pressure. So there's that. And then we've got our think tank page, and that is to get all of your ideas, like put your ideas out on paper, go back to them, be able to say, okay, this is in my head for a reason, so I've got to get it out. And it's at the end of the journal on purpose so that you can find it easy, and so that if you're thinking at the end of the month, you know, you're thinking of what's coming next, then it's placed there. And we have our first ever sponsored page. So this is, we are all about saving the date for our VIP summit, which is October 14th, 15th, and 16th. It's only the 14th and 15th. I added an extra day on there. What? That's crazy. And on here, we've got a free 40-minute growth spurt strategy session with Beck and myself. Miss Amy Mead is a highlighted MC, and Kelly Fox, a highlighted MC. And coming in November 2021, we will be offering a new program called Stronger Together. So super excited about that. So real and raw, there, Saturday the 16th is not VIP. I mean the summit. So it's the 14th and the 15th. But that is our September journal behind the design. So thank you for your time. If you have any questions, email work.onpurpose.withpurpose@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you right away. Okay, make it a great day.